Hello, Henry from Belgium here. Today, an extra video about Castle Set 383, Knight's Joust from 1979. In an earlier video, you could see that I found the set at a very good price. It was among some other boxes that I bought in a larger lot. As expected, the set was not complete. But as this valuable box was included, it was certainly a nice buy. I was able to complete the set, and today I will tell you in detail about it. This set is one of the most wanted castle sets, and it is quite rare in complete condition. To determine the value of a Lego set, it's best to look at recognized auction sites, where it was actually sold. And not to advertisements from sellers who ask unbelievable prices without ever actually selling anything. This is a good example on this website. Someone actually bought this set for 265 euros. That seems like a fair price for a complete set with the box and the manual. Let's take a look at what we have here. Both the outer box and the inner box must be in a good condition. The outer box already looks good. Still beautiful bright colors. No damage from stickers or tape. The artwork is very colorful, and the alternative constructions on the back are an absolute added value. The inner box also looks good at first glance. No dirty spots or traces of mold or water damage. There is some damage visible here, but I decided to leave it as it is. Spraying glue or using tape to fix it can make the condition worse. So it is what it is. Since this is a slightly more special set, I did not want a manual with large tiers. Certainly not with perforation holes, and even less with traces of pen or marker. So I paid 20 euros for this copy, which may seem like a lot, but I thought it was worth paying it. It's a slightly awkward format, but it's very clear with nice drawings, and easy to follow. And a fun fact, this is a first edition. After the American version of this set had been released in 1981, the manual read 383/6083. So I definitely wanted to have this European one with just the number 383 on it, with a beautiful photo of the yellow castle on the back, about which I will post a review later. So these are three very important elements if you want a valuable collector's item. Of course, the set itself is also important, but it is easier to find it loose or you can recreate it. In particular, the earlier sets from the 70s and 80s can often be 80% recreated with ordinary bricks. And that is also the case here. So, let's build the set. First, a green base plate, 8 by 24. This is not a very common size, but you can easily buy this part cheaply at Bricklink. And the rest of the parts are also very easy to find. First, some bricks of 1 by 6 and 1 by 8 in blue and red for the walls. And besides that, also yellow bricks in different shapes and sizes for the throne. Please note that the black, red, and yellow 1 by 1 round parts have a closed stud at the top. These have often been replaced by a version with an open stud. The base of the roof consists of white parts. I see that the condition is poor, and to get the best result, you'd better replace them with better ones. Although most of those bricks will not be visible, because there is a roof on it. Even though these are basic bricks, the building experience is quite fun, because there is variation in the size of the bricks. I see that the condition is not quite perfect. That's because I supplemented the original parts with newer ones from my spare parts. In the future, I will probably also replace those older bricks so that I get one beautiful whole. In 1979, ready-made horses, as we later found in the castle sets, did not exist yet, so you had to build them yourself. These are also basic bricks, and the horses are easy to recreate if you have the manual. The nice thing about these horses is that they each have a colorful rug as an extra. Finally, the minifigs, and there are no fewer than 6 in total. There is a prince and a princess, 2 knights with a helmet and visor who will sit on the horses to joust, and 2 guards. The nice thing about these minifigs is that they all have a print on the torso and they are not stickers. The torso of the princess is somewhat faded. Perhaps I will replace it by a better one in the future. The rest still looks very clear and colorful. With these knights, it's important to check whether the helmets are not cracked at the chin. They both still look excellent. This is actually a space helmet, but it does not appear in any space set in the gray version. You will only find this helmet in the 3 early castle sets of the 70s, and that is why they are very valuable. Various sites often charge €20 for one helmet. This is an example of a damaged helmet, and this is how you get them in 80% of second-hand sets. So if you want to buy this set, always ask for clear photos of these helmets. Furthermore, it's important to check whether the weapons and helmets of the guards have the same light gray color. In later castle sets, the color is darker gray. The nose protector is also often broken off, or there is a stress mark. This is an example of a helmet in poor condition. The flags contain stickers, which also have a certain value depending on the condition. The condition is good, but unfortunately I now see that the previous owner placed the stickers upside down on the flagpole. I will have to carefully peel off the stickers and re-stick them onto the pole properly. And finally, the tree is also a valuable part and very popular among collectors. These are often traded for €10 each and more. A good tip, this tree also appears in set 6374, Holiday Home. That set is less sought after, and you can easily find it as a loose set at a cheap price. You can take out the tree and use the rest of the parts for something else. So the tree, helmets, torsos, weapons, and flags are the valuable parts in this set, and that is important to know if you want to buy a second-hand set. Let me prove this with an example. This set has recently been offered on an auction site, and the winning buyer has paid €56, an absolute bargain you would think. But if you look at the photos in detail, you will immediately see that everything is wrong. For starters, there is no box, but that can't really be expected for such a price. The manual is present, but otherwise, I immediately see that the most important knights with their valuable helmets are missing. One flag is wrong, and the guards' helmets are not the correct gray color. The weapons and shields are also missing, or they are wrong. Fortunately for the buyer, the valuable tree is still included. He has actually paid €56 for a tree, 3 correct minifig torsos, a flag, the manual, and some basic bricks. And there are many examples of such advertisements. This person is asking $255, but if you look closely at his photo, there is no box, no manual, and all the important elements are missing. Unbelievable. I really wonder if such sellers actually sell. I hope not. This is the complete and correct end result, and I think it looks very nice. It certainly deserves a nice place in my collection for many reasons. A lot of thought has really gone into a good design and coherence of this set. Despite the theme where the knights have to fight each other, it still evokes a kind of joy and happiness for me. This is due to the use of many colors. It doesn't have the dark side of some later castle sets with prisons, dragons, and ghosts. It was fun to build, and 6 minifigs for such a small set is a big plus. And I also think the historical value is certainly important. The set is almost 50 years old, and I will certainly keep it for a while. Feel free to comment below this video and don't forget to subscribe, it's free. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.